Life can be tough. We all face challenges. These challenges can come in many forms, whether it's personal struggles, professional setbacks, or unexpected life events. Each of us has our own unique journey, filled with moments of joy and times of hardship. It's during these tough times that we often find ourselves questioning our path and seeking answers. We may feel lost, overwhelmed, or even hopeless, but it's important to remember that these challenges are a part of life, and they shape us into who we are meant to be. They teach us resilience, patience, and the importance of faith. Sometimes those challenges involve our finances. Financial struggles can be particularly stressful, as they impact our ability to provide for ourselves and our loved ones. You might find yourself staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you'll make ends meet. The pressure can be immense, and it can feel like there's no way out. But even in these moments of financial strain, there is hope. It's important to take a step back, assess your situation, and seek guidance. There are resources available to help you navigate these tough times, whether it's financial counseling, community support, or simply reaching out to a trusted friend or family member. Remember, you are not alone in this struggle. You might be struggling to make ends meet. It's a common experience, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Many people face financial difficulties at some point in their lives. It's a time to be resourceful and to prioritize what's truly important. Sharing a simple meal with your family can be a reminder of the things that matter most. It's not about the material possessions or the amount of money in your wallet, but the love and support of those around you. These moments of simplicity can bring a sense of peace and gratitude, even in the midst of financial hardship. You might be praying for a breakthrough. In times of struggle, many of us turn to prayer, seeking comfort and guidance from a higher power. Prayer can be a powerful tool, providing a sense of peace and hope. It's a way to express our deepest fears and desires and to ask for strength and wisdom. When we pray, we are reminded that we are not alone, and that there is a greater plan at work. It's a time to surrender our worries and to trust that everything will work out in the end. This is a season of waiting. Waiting can be one of the hardest things to do, especially when we are facing challenges. It requires patience and faith, and it can be difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But waiting is also a time of growth and reflection. It's a time to slow down, to take a deep breath, and to trust in the process. Just as the sun rises each morning, bringing a new day and new opportunities, so too will our breakthrough come. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times there is always hope. It's a time to dig deep and trust in God's plan. Remember, He is faithful. God sees your situation. He knows your needs. In these moments of waiting, it's important to stay connected to your faith. Reading the Bible, praying, and seeking spiritual guidance can provide comfort and strength. It's a time to reflect on the promises of God and to trust that He is working behind the scenes. Even when we can't see it, He is moving in our lives, orchestrating events for our good. It's a time to hold on to hope and to believe that better days are ahead. He hasn't forgotten about you. It's easy to feel forgotten or overlooked when we are facing challenges. But God is always with us, even in the toughest times. He sees our struggles and our pain, and He is there to comfort and support us. Sometimes His presence is felt through the kindness of others, a comforting hug, or a word of encouragement. These small acts of love and support are reminders that we are not alone, and that God is working through the people around us to bring us hope and healing. Just like a farmer waits for the harvest, we need to wait on the Lord. The farmer plants seeds with the hope and expectation of a bountiful harvest. But the growth process takes time, and it requires patience and care. In the same way, we must plant seeds of faith and trust in God's timing. We may not see immediate results, but we can trust that He is at work, nurturing and growing our faith. It's a reminder that good things take time, and that our patience will be rewarded. Trust that He is working behind the scenes. Your breakthrough is coming. Just as the sun breaks through the clouds, bringing light and warmth, so too will our breakthrough come. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. We may not see it now, but God is at work, orchestrating events for our good. It's a time to hold on to faith, to trust in His plan, and to believe that better days are ahead. Your breakthrough is coming, and it will be worth the wait. When we're stressed about money, it's easy to try and take control, but God wants us to surrender our worries to Him. He is in control. He is bigger than any problem we face. Let go of the need to fix everything yourself. Trust in God's timing. Believe that He will provide. When we surrender to Him, we find peace. It's not easy going through financial struggles, but God can use these challenges to make us stronger. He is refining our faith. He is teaching us to rely on Him. Just like a muscle grows stronger through resistance, our faith grows stronger through trials. Don't lose heart. Your difficult season is producing something valuable. You are becoming more resilient, more dependent on God. When we're focused on what we lack, it's easy to become discouraged. We need to shift our perspective. Instead of focusing on the negative, let's focus on what we have. Be grateful for what you do have. Be thankful for your health, your family, and your friends. When we change our focus, we change our experience. We start to see the good. We start to see God's hand at work. The Bible is full of stories about people who faced difficult times. These stories are not just ancient tales, they are lessons that resonate with us even today. They teach us about faith, perseverance, and the power of trusting in something greater than ourselves. One such powerful story is that of Elijah and the widow of Zarephath. This story is a testament to the miracles that can happen when we place our trust in God, even in the most desperate of circumstances. Elijah was a prophet during a time of great drought and famine. The land was parched, and the people were suffering. In the midst of this hardship, God sent Elijah to a small village called Zarephath. There he encountered a widow who was gathering sticks. She was preparing to make a final meal for herself and her son before they succumbed to starvation. This widow was at the end of her rope, with no hope left in sight. This widow had nothing but a handful of flour and a little oil. It was all she had left to sustain her and her child. The situation seemed dire and the future looked bleak. But then, Elijah approached her with a message from God. He asked her to use the last of her resources to make a small loaf of bread for him first. It was a bold request, one that required immense faith and trust. Elijah, a prophet of God, told her to trust God. He assured her that if she did as he asked, God would provide for her needs. He told her that her jar of flour would not be used up and her jug of oil would not run dry until the day the Lord sent rain on the land. It was a promise of provision in the midst of scarcity, a beacon of hope in a time of despair. He told her that her jar of flour would not be used up and her jug of oil would not run dry. This was a miraculous promise, one that defied the natural order of things. The widow, despite her dire circumstances, chose to believe in Elijah's words. She went home and did as Elijah had instructed. She used the last of her flour and oil to make a small loaf of bread for the prophet. And you know what? God provided for them. The jar of flour was not used up and the jug of oil did not run dry, just as Elijah had said. Day after day there was enough food for Elijah, the widow, and her son. This miraculous provision continued until the drought ended and the rains returned. It was a powerful demonstration of God's faithfulness and the rewards of trusting in Him. This story reminds us that God can do the impossible. It teaches us that even in our darkest moments when all seems lost, there is hope. It encourages us to have faith and to trust in God's provision. Just as He provided for Elijah and the widow of Zarephath, He can provide for us in our times of need. This timeless lesson from Elijah's story is a beacon of hope and a reminder of the power of faith. Section 6. The power of prayer and gratitude. Prayer is a powerful tool. It's our direct line to God. When you're facing financial difficulties, pray. Ask God for His provision. Ask Him for wisdom. And don't forget to be grateful. Thank Him for what He has already done. Thank Him for His faithfulness. Thank Him for His love. Gratitude opens the door for more blessings. Section 7. Finding strength in community. You don't have to go through this alone. Surround yourself with supportive people. Find a church family. Talk to a pastor or a trusted friend. Sharing your burdens with others can lighten the load. They can offer encouragement and prayer. They can remind you that you are loved and supported. Section 8. Practical steps of faith. Faith without action is dead. Yes, we need to trust in God, but we also need to be proactive. Are you being responsible with what you have? Are you looking for opportunities? Create a budget. Look for ways to save money. Consider taking on a part-time job. God will honor your efforts. Section 9. Transformation in the waiting. Waiting on God's timing is not always easy. It can be a period filled with uncertainty, doubt, and even frustration. We often find ourselves questioning why things aren't happening according to our own plans and schedules. But it's important to remember that God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our own. In these moments of waiting, we are given a unique opportunity to grow and develop in ways we might not have otherwise. But it's in the waiting that we grow. Just as a seed must wait in the darkness of the soil before it can sprout and reach for the sun, we too must endure periods of waiting to fully blossom. These times of waiting are not wasted. They are seasons of preparation. They are times when our roots grow deeper, our faith becomes stronger, and our character is refined. It's in the waiting that we learn to trust Him more. Trust is not something that comes easily. It is built over time through experiences and challenges. When we are forced to wait, we are also forced to rely on God more fully. We learn to surrender our own desires and timelines, and instead, place our trust in His perfect plan. This deepening of trust is a crucial part of our spiritual journey. It's in the waiting that we discover His strength. When we are at our weakest, God's strength is made perfect in us. Waiting can be exhausting and draining, but it is in these moments of weakness that we experience the fullness of God's power. We learn that we can do all things through Christ, who strengthens us. This realization transforms our perspective and empowers us to face any challenge with confidence. When you finally see God's plan unfold, you'll realize it was worth the wait. The joy and fulfillment that come from seeing God's promises come to fruition are indescribable. All the waiting, all the struggles, and all the doubts fade away in the light of His glory. You will see how every moment of waiting was a part of His divine plan, preparing you for the blessings that were to come. You'll be stronger, wiser, and closer to God than ever before. The waiting period is a time of transformation. It shapes you into the person God created you to be. You gain wisdom from the experiences, strength from the challenges, and a deeper relationship with God from the reliance on Him. This transformation is a testament to His faithfulness and love. Hold on to your faith. Your breakthrough is coming. No matter how long the wait, no matter how difficult the journey, remember that God is with you every step of the way. He has a plan and a purpose for your life, and He will bring it to pass in His perfect timing. So keep your faith strong, stay patient, and trust in His promises. Your breakthrough is on the horizon, and it will